welcome to Self-Care Yoga Nidra. My name is Oakley, and it's my pleasure to lead you through this practice tonight, my love. So all you will need to get yourself settled for our class is just a couple of cushions. Those could be from your bed or from the sofa, and I would grab yourself a blanket this evening, or maybe a big jumper that you can pop on for the Yoga Nidra, as our core body temperature will drop when we come into that Yoga Nidra meditation. So grab those things and then let's meet back on the mat, guys. And if you have any injuries that I need to know about, please just pop those in the chat channel so I can offer adjustments. And if you'd like to use my playlist for this class, it's on Spotify under Self-Care Yoga. My name is Oakley, and I'm just popping a link on the chat channel as well. So if you'd like to use that playlist, guys, feel free to start that in your own time. And let's begin this evening by getting ourselves grounded. So when you're ready, come and take a seat. That might be on a cushion, that might be flat on your mat, whatever feels best for you tonight. And let's turn the palms up in acceptance. Closing the eyes for me, bowing the head. And we'll begin by bringing our focus just to the breath. And let's start by just mentally letting go of any baggage, any heaviness, any stress from the day, or anything you might be holding on to in your body this evening. And maybe that means taking a few deep breaths, breathing into the nose, out through the mouth, breathing into the nose, out through the mouth. Let's take one more deep breath in together, guys. And a long sigh out. And keeping the head bowed, keeping the eyes closed. I invite you to just bring your full awareness now to your breathing. Breathing in, pausing at the top of the inhale, and exhaling out through the nose. Breathing in, pausing at the top of the inhale, breathing out through the nose. And as you continue to breathe in this way, let's just notice where the breath is sitting in the body. Can you send that breath any further down to your lower belly? Can you feel that breath moving and expanding into the rib cage? Can you feel that breath becoming longer and deeper? And taking just a few more breaths, grounding down into your sitting bone, and letting go of any stress or worries from the day. Just clearing the mind of any distractions, any busyness. And maybe taking this final moment of stillness to set an intention for your evening practice. And maybe that intention is simply to be present. And when you're ready, slowly blinking the eyes open. Bringing the hands down next to you. We're going to roll the shoulders open, so rolling into the shoulders. Inhaling to reach the arms up, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands in front of us today. So hands come to prayer in front of the heart. We're going to come into eagle posture with the arms. So lift the right arm up so you have a 90-degree angle and float the left arm through and around. So bringing the hands together. If the palms don't meet comfortably, guys, you can rest the backs of the hands together and just reach up through the fingertips until you feel a little stretch through the back of the shoulders. And we'll take 5 breaths here. Breathing in, out through the nose. And breathing in, sitting up tall. Out through the nose. Inhaling down to the belly. Out through the nose. Last 2 breaths on your own. 1 more breath. 1 more exhale. Lovely, guys. Unwrap the arms and just come the opposite way. So left arm lifts, 90-degree angle. Float your right arm through and then wrap the arms around each other in eagle. Hands either pressing together or backs of the hands can meet. If you can, reach up a little bit further until you feel that extension, that stretch across the back of the shoulders. Take 5 breaths into the nose, out through the nose, into the nose, out through the nose, breathing in, breathing out, last few breaths, and last breath. Unravel the arms. Take the arms open, take a deep breath in, and exhale, reach the arms up. Float the hands down. We're going to take the hands to the ankles and come over the knees and come onto all fours into a tabletop position. So moving any props or anything that might be in your way, so you have a nice clear mat. Bring the hands under the shoulders, open the knees to about hip width. And we'll move through a few cat and cows, beginning to link our breathing with our movements. So as you inhale, take the shoulders back, let the belly soften and lift the head and the heart. As you exhale, reverse. So curve the spine up, press the ground away and bow the head. Good. Inhale, open, roll the shoulders back, soften the belly, lift the head and the heart. Exhale, reverse, curve the spine up. Nice, guys, keep moving as you breathe, maybe closing the eyes down now. Inhaling, open. Exhaling, reversing. Inhaling. Exhaling. Just beginning to open into the body as you breathe. Moving through one more. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale, curve the spine up, maybe even coming up onto the fingertips now and pressing the ground a little bit further away to get a slightly longer stretch. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, come back down onto the palms. Take your left hand one palm in front of where it is, guys, so you have space to thread your right hand through. Turn your right palm up towards your chest and slide your right arm under. So we're going to come down onto that right shoulder. And then rest the temple down onto your mat. You can either just keep that left hand where it is as support. You can extend the left arm out in front of you. And our final variation is to take that left leg behind you and maybe begin to walk the left foot around to come into your rolling panda pose. Close the eyes wherever you are once you've found your balance. And take 5 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhaling. Final 2 breaths. See if you can send those breaths any deeper down to the belly. And last breath. After that exhale, slide the left knee back in if it's extended, unravel the arms, come back to your tabletop, and from here we're going to open the knees and settle back into a child's pose. So extending the arms out, bow the head, and you're going to take 5 breaths here. So breathing fully down into the belly, out through the nose. And just giving yourself permission. Again, often our minds need a little bit longer to switch off than our bodies. So giving yourself permission to practice some self-care this evening. Giving yourself permission to switch off. Lovely, guys. Last few breaths. Now, after your last exhale, slide the hands in towards you. Come back through your tabletop. We're going to do exactly the same, but on the opposite side. So take your right hand, one palm in front. Turn your left palm up, and then slide your left arm away. So under your right, we're going to come onto that left shoulder, and then let the left temple come down. Either keeping your right hand where it is, or extending the right arm. And final variation is to take that right leg out, and then maybe walk that foot round towards the left fingertips. So finding your rolling panda, guys, and taking 5 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhaling. Last few breaths. And last breath. In your own time, make your way out. You can either come back to child's pose from here, guys, or you can come into a puppy pose or a heart melting pose. So for that option, we're going to take the arms out slightly further in front and then let the chest sink down towards the mat. So you can either rest the chin or you can turn the head to either side. So you should feel the shoulders rolling towards each other. Lifting up through the tailbone, maybe bringing a little bit of weight into the hands. And taking 3 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale. One more exhale. And slowly begin to just lift the head, coming back onto the hands, coming back through your tabletop. And let's move through one more cat and cow. Inhale, roll the body open, look up. And exhale, curl the spine up. From here, come back to tabletop. We're going to lift up into downward dog. So tuck the toes, lift the seat. Maybe you keep a little bend in the knees at this point. Maybe you'd like to walk out the feet, pedaling out your dog. Giving your head a good old shake. Maybe a nod, gently back and forth. Easing the heels down towards the mat. And we'll take just a couple of breaths here, guys, making sure the feet are open to hip width, hands are open to shoulder width, head is heavy, neck is long. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Keep your head as heavy as you can, so keep looking towards the feet for me. And as you begin, walk the feet forwards, take the feet to the backs of the wrists, keep the head nice and heavy, keep the neck long, bring a little bend into the knees, and you can either catch the elbows, or if your shoulders are feeling quite tight tonight, guys, extend the arms up either behind you reaching upwards, or you can interlace the fingers and roll the shoulders a little bit closer towards each other. Check in with the legs, see how they're feeling. Check in with the neck, see how that's feeling. Maybe you gently nod the head a few times. Maybe you keep a little bend and softness in the knees. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath, guys. And one more exhale. Now we're going to bend a little bit deeper into the knees. Keep the feet at hip width and just release the arms from wherever they are forwards and coming into a chair pose. So staying low towards your mat tonight, guys. We're staying low in our practice this evening. Reach forwards. You should feel this in the legs. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, Breathing out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Bring the hands down. We're going to send the left foot back. Come onto the left knee. Untuck the toes. Check that you have a 90-degree angle at that front leg. And then release the arms. So reach the arms upwards. Bring the fingers together. Reach the first finger up and send the thumbs backwards. Now you can either stay here straight, depending on how you're feeling in the lower back, or you can draw the thumbs a little bit further away from you. Instead of dropping back, see if you can reach up and then draw back. So you're opening into the heart and keeping length through your spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. One more exhale. Slowly float the hands down. We're going to take the left hand down under the left shoulder and extend the right arm up. Now you can either just keep reaching, or you can take your right arm behind you to do a little bit more work into the shoulder this evening. And this back hand can rest on the hip, can come round to the lower back, or it might even find its way to that left hip to go a little bit deeper into that half bind. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Turn your head to look down. Release that right hand. We're going to tuck the toes and step the right foot back straight into downward facing dog. Relax the head, guys. And you can either take 5 breaths in your downward dog, or you can drop down into child's pose and take 5 breaths here. And if you are new to this practice this evening, guys, the reason that we're moving through a gentle, slow flow before we come into our Yoga Nidra is to help prepare the mind and body for taking a meditative seat. So in yogic philosophy, it's taught that in order to prepare the body and mind to take a seat for meditation, we practice asana to get us there, to help to calm the busy fluctuations of the mind and help to soften and open into the body. So taking just a few more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And slowly begin to walk the feet forwards again. This time we're going to bring the big toes together. Sit back and then take the arms up to come back into chair. So sweeping the arms forwards, keep the tailbone tucked under, reach, 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 reach up, and then relax the shoulders down. So you have a little bit of space here between your ears and your shoulders. Your back is flat rather than arched. Bending into the knees, reaching through the fingertips. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale. One more exhale. And slowly bring both hands down. Send the right foot back. Come onto the right knee. Untuck the toes. And when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up, moving slowly and mindfully. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Either keep reaching, lifting up through the crown of the head, or you can reach up and then draw back, keeping that length through your spine. So you're lifting, 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 and opening into the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, down to the belly. Breathing out. One last breath. One last exhale. Slowly float both hands down. We're going to keep the right hand down. Take the left arm up. And either keep reaching through the left fingertips. Or if you'd like to do a little bit of work into that left shoulder, take the left arm back. Look over the left shoulder. And take 3 breaths, guys. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Slowly extend the left arm. Take the left hand down. Tap the right toes under. Step the left foot straight back. I'm going to come onto the knees. Lower the chest and chin, hugging the elbows in towards the ribs. Inhale with the breath, move forwards. Either stay low on the belly. If that feels good, stay there. Or if you'd like, you can press up into upward dog. Take one breath. And as you exhale, onto the knees. Sit back into either child's pose, or you can move into heart melting pose or puppy pose if you would like, guys, whichever feels best for you. We're here for 5 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, inhaling, exhaling. Last few breaths. And just noticing how the mind is behaving now, as opposed to when you first stepped foot on your mat this evening. Just noticing if the thoughts have slowed. If the mind is still busy, see if you can just anchor that awareness to your breath. So really beginning to use the breath as our anchor point. We're going to slowly begin to unwind and unravel back up through tabletop and make our way onto our sitting bones. So you can get there however you would like, guys, but if you'd like to follow me, cross the ankles, press back and come onto your sitting bones from here. We're going to use our cushions for this next pose. So grab your pillows and any blankets that you have handy. We're going to take the soles of the feet together and then extend the feet out in front of you. So you have like a diamond shape going on with the legs. So instead of the heels being super close to the body, extend the legs a little bit further out. And then grab your cushions and bring them to rest on the feet. We're going to use these cushions to support the chest. You can come in without them, but we're starting to slowly move into some more restorative poses to prepare us for Yoga Nidra. So when you're ready, inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, slowly begin to hinge, keeping the length through the spine as you begin to unwind and unravel down onto your supports. You might like to just rest the forehead, you might like to turn a cheek to one side, or if the head isn't comfortably reaching your supports, guys, grab a blanket or a jumper if you have one handy and use those to create a little bit of a support. If that's still feeling super uncomfortable, you can come onto the forearms as well and bring the hands to prayer. So just finding whichever expression of this pose feels best for you. Closing the eyes. We're beginning to relax, beginning to soften, breathing into the nose, out through the nose, breathing into the nose, out through the nose. Maybe you can create a little bit more space with your exhalations to soften into. We'll take 3 final breaths. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. One more exhale. And slowly begin to just walk the hands in towards you. Take a deep breath in. And a big sigh out. I'm going to take our pillows behind us now, and I'm going to show you 3 variations for a reclining pose that we're going to be in for slightly longer hold than that previous one. So you can either take the bolsters behind you in line with your spine. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, or we're going to extend the legs straight, depending on how you're feeling in the hips. So either using your pillows as support for the back in line with the spine, or you can turn the pillows around to get a little bit deeper into the back. Grab a pillow, a blanket to have behind you just to support your head. So bring the soles of the feet together so the knees are open, and either your pillows are across the back or in line with the spine. Take an inhale to lengthen up, and as you exhale, just slowly begin to lower yourself back. And as you lower, check in with the back. If this feels too much, lift yourselves up and adjust. Maybe one pillow is enough, maybe two pillows is fine. Maybe you need a little rolled up blanket underneath the head, or maybe you're okay letting the head drop back. You can either bring the hands to rest at the belly, or you can just let the arms fall open, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And make sure to adjust, guys, to make sure your back isn't pinching or feeling too intense anywhere. Remember, we're coming into this in a restorative self-care capacity. So if that feels a little bit too much, I would maybe bring the pillows in line with the spine instead. And then come to lay backwards so you have a nice support for the head as well. Keep the feet together for now. So we're gently opening into the hips. You might like to bring your hands to just rest on the rib cage. And we're going to begin to just focus again on the breath. So wherever you are with your support, laying back, bringing the hands either to the rib cage or the lower belly if it's comfortable. And let's begin to mindfully pay attention to the breath again. The practice of mindfulness is often almost becoming the observer of the self of our senses. So taking us out of the never-ending doing and going into being mode. So starting to really look inwards and connect to how we're feeling rather than looking outwards. So beginning to notice firstly where the breath is sitting in the body again. And just noticing if perhaps the breath is up here in the chest. If you're breathing into the chest, we call that accessory breathing. See if you can send the breath down to the lower belly. Begin to breathe diaphragmatically. Beginning to soften ever so slightly more with each exhale. We're going to spend just about 10 more breaths here. You can either keep the feet together, guys, or if you'd like, if it feels best for the legs right now, you can extend the legs along. So see how you feel. Trust your body. And come back to that deep, steady flow of breath. Breathing in and out of the nose. Maybe introducing just a short pause at the top of the inhale before you release your exhale. Breathing down into the belly. Out through the nose. And as you breathe, as you connect to this breath, letting go of any stress or strain from the day, any baggage, any limiting beliefs, anything you no longer need to carry. Breathing into the nose, pausing at the top of the inhale, and exhaling out through the nose. And we'll take our final 5 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhaling. Beginning to just slowly, softly open the eyes. Bring the hands down next to the hips and step the feet in. So your feet are open to hip width. Press down into your hands and slowly roll yourself back up onto your sitting bones. Take your bolsters or pillows or blankets, any props, just out to the side, guys. We're going to finish with a twist this evening. So come into the middle of your mat and let yourself just come down slowly onto the back, hugging the knees in with you and taking a little rock from side to side, maybe hugging the knees right into the chest if that's comfortable. And when you're ready, come back to center. Extend the arms out to the side. We're going to take the knees in, and you can either wrap the knees, so you can wrap the right leg around the left if you'd like to go for a bind, or you can keep the knees just stacked at 90 degrees. So whatever feels best, either right knee wrapping it around the left, or legs at 90 degrees, tongue-tied. Inhale, draw the knees into the chest. And as you exhale, we're going to drop the legs over to the right hand side. So slowly, slowly dropping the legs over. Sorry, opposite way. Drop the legs over to the left. So coming back through center, legs over to the left, and then turn to look over the right hand. That definitely didn't feel right. So guys, if you have your legs wrapped, you can keep them there. If that feels too much or uncomfortable, I would unravel the legs and just stack the knees on top of each other. If you need to grab any of your cushions or blankets, you can pop them underneath the knees as a bit of support. But when you're ready, just rock the shoulders back to center and turn to look over that right hand. Your left hand might feel best on top of the legs, or maybe resting at the belly to focus the breath. Close the eyes. And come back to that gentle, mindful breath. Inhaling into the nose, pausing, exhaling through the nose. Inhaling into the nose, pausing, exhaling out through the nose. 3 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Last breath. Last exhale. And slowly turn the head back to center. Take the right arm out, take the left arm out, and just roll yourself back to your center. Bring the arms back around the legs, give yourself another hug, a little squeeze, and maybe a rock from side to side. And in your own time, make your way back onto your spine. Let the arms just drop out. Lift the legs. So if you wrapped the legs before, guys, wrap the legs on this side and see how that feels. Left leg can come around right this time, and this time we're dropping over to the right. So inhale, draw the knees in. And exhale, legs come to the right hand side this time, either with the knees wrapped or unraveling and stacking the knees on top of each other. When you found the right position for the legs, drop the shoulders back towards your mat and turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Either bringing your right hand to rest on the knees or just to rest on the belly. Coming back to that slow, steady, mindful breath. Breathing into the nose, pausing, exhaling out through the nose. Breathing into the nose, out through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling. Breathing in, breathing Last breath. And last exhale. Slowly turn the head back to center. Extend the arms out so you can use your hands to just roll you back into your center line, guys. And from here we're going to just let the arms drift down next to the body. Take the legs up, so you're straightening the legs, coming into just a very gentle inversion. Back flat, feet lifted, maybe a bend at the knees. Let the head just relax completely backwards, so your head feels heavy, your neck feels long. And in your own time, slowly letting the legs just drift their way down onto the mat. Let's take a deep breath in when we're there. And let's sigh the exhalation. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more breath. And one more exhale. Guys, you can stay flat where you are. We're going to move into our Yoga Nidra practice from here. So you might like to cover yourselves with blankets or jumpers. You might like to bring your cushions or supports under the knees to give you a little bit of support there, maybe even under the ankles to elevate, but make sure the back is flat and make sure that you're warm enough. Maybe turning or dimming the lights, lighting a candle. But just taking a few moments to get yourselves completely settled and make sure that you're warm enough, as your core body temperature will drop down. And as you are getting yourself settled, I'd like to just read to you from one of my favorite books about Yoga Nidra. It's called Yoga Nidra. And I think it's a really wonderful description about what Yoga Nidra is and how it can benefit us. Yoga Nidra, which is derived from the Tantras, is a powerful technique in which you learn to relax consciously. In Yoga Nidra, sleep is not regarded as a relaxation. People feel they are relaxing when they collapse in an easy chair with a cup of coffee or a drink or a cigarette and read a newspaper or switch on the television. But this will never suffice as a scientific definition of relaxation. These are only sensory diversions. True relaxation is actually an experience far beyond all of this. True relaxation. For true relaxation, you must remain aware. This is Yoga Nidra, the state of dynamic sleep. So if this is your first Yoga Nidra practice, guys, welcome. And for this dynamic, conscious relaxation, I will be guiding you through a relaxation as we move down the body, as we consciously and mindfully begin to unwind and unravel the physical body. So what I invite you to do is just follow the sound of my voice. If you feel yourself drifting off, or if you feel your thoughts wandering to other things, see if you can really use my voice as an anchor point. You can come back to the breath, connect back to your breathing, your prana, your life force, and then begin just mindfully listening again to the sound of my voice, bringing awareness inwards to the area of the body we're focusing on as we begin to relax. So let's begin by just finding stillness. Let's make a few last little movements, whatever you need to make to come to a still position that feels comfortable for you. So maybe a last wriggle of the toes or fingers, maybe a last movement of the head or neck. Closing the eyes. And we'll begin at the crown of the body. So So bringing your awareness to the crown of the head. And I invite you to imagine your awareness as a spotlight that's becoming bright in the body. So switching on that internal spotlight of awareness. And we'll begin by relaxing just the muscles in the face. So relaxing your jaw. Unclenching the teeth. Maybe bringing a small gap between top and bottom teeth to help relax the jaw completely. Beginning to relax the brow, space between the eyes. Relaxing the temples, the nose, the cheeks, the lips. Just connecting back to that steady, gentle flow of inhale to exhale. Just finding a comfortable, effortless breath. And slowly beginning to scan your awareness down to the throat. The throat chakra, our center of communication. Just relaxing this space. And starting to just shine that internal spotlight of awareness over to the left shoulder first. Slowly scanning down from the top of the left shoulder down to the left elbow, letting every muscle, every bone and every cell soften and relax down into the ground that supports you, the earth that holds you. With your internal gaze, allowing your spotlight to brighten as you relax every muscle from the left shoulder down to the left wrist. Allowing every muscle, every bone and every cell to soften, to relax, and to feel held. Relaxing the left wrist, the left palm, seeing that light slowly travel up each finger until it reaches the top of every fingertip. Letting that left arm relax completely. Letting go of any tension, any resistance. Traveling back up the left arm and taking your awareness over to the top of your right shoulder now. Beginning to slowly see that bright light travel from the top of the right shoulder to the right elbow. Relaxing every bone, every muscle and every cell. Allowing that bright, glowing light to travel slowly from the right elbow to the right wrist. muscle, every bone, and every cell. With your internal gaze, allowing that bright, beautiful light to travel from the right wrist to the tips of the fingers, slowly relaxing every muscle, every bone and every cell in the entirety of the right arm. Allowing both arms now to energetically fall away from your consciousness, allowing stillness to wash over your limbs, connecting back to the throat, seeing that bright light just rest consciously in the middle of the neck. And we'll bring our awareness to the back of the body, traveling from the back of your neck, slowly, mindfully visualizing that bright light traveling down every vertebrae in your spine. Feeling every vertebrae deepen into the ground below you, soften into the earth that holds you, allowing yourself to relax ever more deeply, coming to the base of the spine, and allowing the back of the body to relax completely now, down into the earth. Letting go of any resistance, any tension. And allowing the back body to melt away from your consciousness now. And I invite you to anchor your awareness, shining that bright internal light over the chest, coming to the heart space. If your awareness has wandered, guiding it back to this space. Slowly beginning to travel down from the heart, past the ribs, past the lungs, and down to the belly. Just slowly, mindfully relaxing the internal organs. And resting your focus, that bright light at the lower belly. Just welcoming a few deep flowing breaths into this space. Slowly taking your internal gaze over to the top of your left hip. And I invite you to slowly, mindfully scan your awareness down to the right knee, allowing that internal light to shine brightly, washing over the top of the left leg as you relax deeply, letting go of every muscle, every bone and every cell, allowing the light to gently travel down to the left ankle, washing over the left leg, allowing that bright, brilliant light to travel from the heel across the toes, relaxing every muscle, every bone and every cell, from the sole of the left foot slowly travelling back up that left leg, allowing the light to fill every corner, every cell and every muscle. When you're ready, slowly guiding that internal light over to the top of the right leg, the right hip. Slowly guiding your awareness from the right hip to the right knee, allowing that internal light to wash gently over the right leg, travelling down from the kneecap to the ankle, washing over the toes to the sole of the foot, and allowing that light to gently travel up the back of the right leg, allowing both legs now to relax completely, allowing the limbs to melt away from your consciousness. I invite you now to just allow that internal light to explore the entire physical being, from the crown of the head, travelling down to the toes, noticing if there are any corners unexplored, any spaces that you could soften ever more deeply to help you relax completely. For the final moment of our practice together this evening, I invite you to relax fully into this stillness, allowing every muscle, every bone and every cell in your entire body, in your entire being, to completely relax, to give yourself permission to rest and to soften into a space of self-care. If you notice your awareness drifting off to other thoughts or distractions, I invite you to guide your focus back to the chest. Come back to the heart space. And you might like to just count your blessings. keeping the eyes closed. Just beginning to slowly move the fingers, move the toes. Just beginning to wake up gently from our yogic sleep. And in your own time, just rolling over onto your right hand side and coming into a fetal position for a last few breaths. And in your own time, no rush. Maybe keeping the eyes closed if that's comfortable. And making your way back up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. And let's bring the hands just to rest at the rib cage. Bowing the head. And taking a few deep breaths down into the belly, feeling the ribs expand in the hands. Exhaling out through the nose. Inhaling down into the lower belly, feel the ribs expand. Exhale out through the nose. And let's take one more breath, breathing in. One more breath, breathing out. And keeping the head bowed, keeping the eyes closed. Let the hands just drift up to the heart space. Inviting a practice of gratitude into this space. Maybe counting one word, maybe an image, maybe a name, something, somewhere, someone you're grateful for today. And to close our practice, let's just bring the hands together, rub the palms together to create a little bit of heat, of warmth between the hands. And then when you're ready, bring the hands just to rest over the eyes. And with the eyes closed, coming back to that safe inner space, I invite you to just set an intention around self-care to take away from our evening practice. How can you treat yourself with a little bit more kindness this week? And when you're ready, no rush. Just let the hands drift down and slowly begin to open the eyes. Just taking a look around the room. Just reacquainting yourself with the space that you're in. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this evening for our Self-Care Yoga Nidra practice. If anybody has any questions at all that I can help with, please just pop them in the chat channel, or you can always get in touch with me on Instagram. My handle is LizJoyOakley, or you can drop me an email at liz@moreyoga.co.uk. I manage our MoreMind program at MoreYoga, which is part of our commitment to mental health and well-being for our community. So if you have any questions or suggestions or feedback, I would absolutely love to hear. Otherwise, guys, have a really wonderful evening, and I hope everyone sleeps extra well this evening after our yogic sleep. It really helps to improve your quality of sleep, so I would love to hear if it does. If you have any comments, guys, please let me know in the chat. Say hi, say bye. And otherwise, I hope to see you again next week. Thank you, Will. Lovely to see you. And yeah, if any questions do crop up, guys, or you have anything that does come up after the practice, feel free to message me afterwards as well. It's always lovely to connect and stay in touch, even when we're practicing in our separate spaces. Lovely. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm glad you enjoyed the practice. And yeah, this can be a really nice thing to do, even on your own for 10 minutes before you go to sleep, to just do an internal relaxation. It's something I teach with my yoga therapy clients for anxiety, and can be really, really good at helping to just switch off at the end of the day. You can maybe put some essential oils, burn some essential oils, or have some lavender by the bed. That's really helpful. And just mentally scan down the body, starting at the crown of the head as we did, moving down to the soles of the feet, and just relaxing every part of you before bed. 5-10 minutes can really make a difference to the quality of your sleep. Thank you, Charlotte, and thank you, Jane. I'm glad you enjoyed it, my loves. Cool. Well, I will say good night, my loves, and I really look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope everybody has a wonderful, restful evening. Namaste.